Good afternoon. Are we there? Good afternoon, everybody. Getting used to this. To work out what you are when you go live and what's happening with that. So here I am in my daughter's bedroom. Seems to be the only place that's quiet at the moment. And even then, it's not always that quiet. But I thought I'd come on today. Have any questions that have come within the group, but I have had quite a few questions that I've had on Messenger. So I thought what I'd do today is just go through some of those questions that people have asked me on Messenger. So I've got my notes here of what they were. So I'll go through them because there might be some of those that you're feeling like, and it could give you a little bit of help on doing that. If you're watching this live, just say hi to see whether I can see you. It's not as easy as it was before, where you could see the comments a lot better and how many people were watching. But say hi, and if you've got a question now, then just let me know and I'll answer it for you while I'm on this live. So one of the things that someone spoke to me about was about time blocking, and one thing that they really struggle with is setting times to go and do something and prioritize. And time blocking, if you don't know what that is putting your days into an hour or 90-minute slots so that you concentrate on one particular task. So for me, I have always gone for the most important task that I need to do is done at the beginning of the day. And the reason I do that is because I get it done and I feel so much better. I know that that's the priority. And if I don't get anything else done, then I've done it right at the beginning of the day. For me, I've changed the way I work. Before, I used to cluster all my clients into certain days, but because of lockdown and having 2 children at home, I have staggered my time that I have with my clients throughout the week. And the reason I've done that is so that I can incorporate what I've done with my clients and then go and spend some time with the family, do a bit of home learning with my daughter, and then coming back upstairs and doing some work and doing it in sections really. And one of the things that I've been doing is getting up a little bit earlier because it works really well for me. I don't have any early risers in my family, so I've been doing a lot of work at the beginning of the day, and that's when I do my most priority. I do my morning routine, which I'll talk to you about what I do on another session, and then I go on and I do some very productive work. So with time blocking, what happens is that you can become more structured in your work. So if you're not doing that at the moment, look at the stuff that you need to do. Is it something that's going to project money into your business, or are you faffing about with things like looking at your website, seeing if that works nicely, having a look at your branding, doing a little bit of work on procrastination is a brilliant one, self-development. So there's so many clients that I have, so many therapists, so many psychologists that go, oh, I'm just going to learn a little bit more about this therapy, or I'm just going to do a bit of research, I'm just going to read this research paper, I'm going to do that research paper. That is not going to get you clients. What you have to do is look at what jobs can generate you having clients. And in this particular time at the moment, some of you will have lots of time, other people won't have so much time, so you need to be working smarter in order to get what you want. And yes, I'm a great fan of mindset, and I think 80% of what we do is mindset, 20% is strategy, and that's why I've worked this group. So we will be doing the strategies that you learned as a therapist or a psychologist, and you're going to use them with your own clients. Time blocking gives you the opportunity to do something worthwhile. So I have just spent the last time block for me writing a PowerPoint about morning routine that's going to go on my membership group for my clients that I have, so that that's a resource for them. So for me, I am developing resources for my private clients on the prospect that I am then going to use that as passive and semi-passive income. That is a money generating task, because although I'm using it with my private clients, I am going to use it to generate money in the future. Another one that one spoke to me about is the lack of time. People are saying to me, now that we're in lockdown, there's a lack of time. This is your perception. We have more time now than we ever have. I'm a single mom with 2 children, and I find that there's more time to be productive now than there was when I had to get up and prepare for the school run. I then had to pick up from school. I had clubs in the evening. I had bedtime. I had all the routine, and I had to put all my work pretty much between 9 and 3. Bearing a couple of days where I did longer hours. Now, yes, I have other commitments, but actually I'm finding more time to do this work that's generating that money by just being smarter on my time. I'm not watching TV as much. I'm reading books instead of watching Netflix. I'm not playing Candy Crush like I used to do. All these things can be sacrificed. If you want to build your business, then you need to get that mindset that do things that are going to generate these clients, because most of the people in this group telling me they want more clients. So how do you want more clients? Why do you need more clients? What are you doing subconsciously that's stopping you from getting those clients? Think about these things, but then start taking the action. Don't just think, oh, right, I'll do that next week, or I would love to do some passive income or semi-passive income, because there's not a huge amount of stuff that is passive that we will do. But we have got the time. It's just about the way that you're looking at how you're working at the moment. So bear that in mind. We as an industry can still have clients on Zoom, whichever one in Zoom is what I use because of the security, and I can record it and I can pass that on to them. So they get that added bonus now than they did when they was face to face. And I have had 2 new clients in the last 2 weeks. So therefore, people are still buying. People still want to be working with us. So yes, sport might have stopped, but our lives aren't put on hold, and their lives aren't put on hold. Everyone's gone through the shock. They've done the survival mode. Now there will be people out there that are ready to start taking action, and you need to be doing the work so people come to you, you show up, tell people what you do, and they can then go, actually, this is a perfect time for me to do the work, because I don't have those commitments that we used to have when we had the old normal. The next one is about higher expectations, and I think for a lot of us, we do have those expectations of what we're meant to be doing, what we could be doing, what we should be doing, and what we are doing. And for me, it's about managing those expectations. Yes, it's great to have those, but we know that when we have expectations, we're more likely to get let down, because we don't always live up to what we expect us to perform or to deliver. So this is why it's so important. We tell our clients to goal set, to set their intentions, start putting weekly goals in. What are you going to do this week? What are you going to do today that's going to get you nearer to your goal? What is realistic for you to go get that goal? I can't go and deliver and set up a new program within the day. It's just not feasible for me. I can't stay upstairs in the bedroom all day from 9 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night, but some of you can. So it's all about what you want to do and what your expectations are. However, if you're doing something that you're not familiar with, it's going to take you longer. And just think about what you would like to happen, what would be the non-negotiables, what would be better, and what would be the best that you can do during that day. That way you're not put in that whole, I haven't done this, so I'm going to fail. So think about what your expectations are and changing that expectation to what you intend to do today and what are the ones that you must do, or we must is a demand. So what we would like to have done as a priority, and then what could get done if we've got time, and what could go over till the next day. So another thing is about concentrating on what we don't accomplish rather than what we're achieving. So that's moving on from that time about those high expectations. We're scientifically, in nature has told us to always be prepared for the worst. So when we're thinking, we know that we're going to be thinking about what are the bad things that are going to happen rather than the good things. So this is why we need to program our mind so we automatically start looking at what we do achieve. That's what gratitude is all about. So if you're focusing on what you don't achieve and the lack of things, then start thinking about what are you doing about gratitude. Are you journaling every morning and saying, what am I grateful for? Why am I grateful for it? What do I appreciate? What am I thankful for? And then at the end of the day, look at what you achieved, what you want to get out of that day, what great things have happened in that day, instead of thinking of what you haven't done. You can, on reflection. So I'm sure most people on here are doing reflective practice. One thing I do is at the end, I journal at the end of the day and talk about reflective practice. And I reflect on what went well. And I also look at what I could have improved on that day to be better the next day. I am not concentrating on the things that went bad, that didn't happen. So it's really important that we do this. We tell our clients this all the time. So some of these things are not new, but what we forget is to do it on ourselves. It's all about that self-development and working on ourselves so that we can become great entrepreneurs, have a thriving private practice. So therefore, start looking at some of the techniques that you work on your clients with and how you can use that to help you through those fears, through those anxieties, through those imposter syndrome. Because I will guarantee that whoever you are in this group, you will have times where you feel like you've got imposter syndrome, that why would people listen to you? I'm not good enough. I don't know enough about this topic. So what would you do if you've got somebody that's your client telling you those things and you do that yourself? So they're some of the things that people have talked to me about this week via Messenger, WhatsApp, some of the clients that I've been speaking to. I will be still continuing to do this. It'd be great if I had some people coming on so I can talk to you live and you can let me know what your questions are. We can have that interaction so I can help you even more. But if you do have any questions, then I'll be here again next week. Pop them in the thread and I'll try and answer them. So have a good day. Hope you're staying safe and I shall speak to you soon. Take care.